If you need to watch a video that's really engaging, watch this video on YouTube. Papoose responds to Remy Ma and exposes everything. This is part one. It was like 20 some odd minutes long because it's an IG live that Pap did. And there's a part two. And the part two is like Papoose talks about Remy Ma hooking up with a chick. It's like, oh my God. I got my popcorn. I was like, what did she do, Papoose? Bro, she wrong for that. What she do next, Pap? It was so good. It was bad. Tell me to put my popcorn down. But this is an excellent video. So if you don't know the story, Remy Ma made a video recently about Papoose. There's a ripping Pap left and right. And listen, man, we're Papoose people here. Papoose held Remy Ma down all that time that she was in prison. She made Lean Back with Fat Joe, Terror Squad. It blew up. She was riding high. Then she got into that fight. Went to prison. And Pap could have said, hey, I see you when I see you. Nah, man, he held her down. He went up to prison like every week. Was it like almost like every day? It was like every day. He went up there every week. He was up there all the time. He said in this video that he brought her food. And then, and most people in that situation, like some women stick around, but usually they kind of bounce or mess around with some dude. And dudes, they might be totally down with their chick and wait for her to come out, but then they got another chick on the side. Like hasn't been any stories about Papoose having a side chick when Remy was in prison. Nothing. The only person that seems to be having side chicks and dudes is Remy, allegedly. If Papoose is guilty of anything, I think he's guilty of staying with her too long. Because by this point, so she came out of prison, they get married, they have a child, even though I'm not sure if she really wanted to have the kid or not. I think that was more him than her. Allegedly, they had a kid, and I think Pap was happy with their little family. I think he had Remy, they had the daughter. I think Papoose was a happy guy, but Remy wasn't happy, and she ended up cheating with him on some battle rapper. And Papoose in the first video talks all about the battle rapper. He calls him the lame. It's like, oh man, he is back from the 90s. He's at the lame. It's like, yeah. He was talking about that whole story. He was saying allegedly how Remy, there was a battle rap concert. Pap went home with their kid. Remy left with the lame. Remy comes back the next morning. Or something like that. No, she comes back. They're in bed together. And then he wakes up later. She's sleeping. She's in another bed. And then she's on the phone. I guess she fell asleep or something. And then the lame was on the phone. It's like, oh my God. So if he's guilty of anything, it's just sticking around too long because she seems like she's just excessively cheating on Pap. And they even went to counseling. Like Papoose is like textbook good dude. He said, when we were together, I took my daughter to school every day. Like he's a good father, provides for his family, went to marriage counseling, stuck with her when she went to prison, stuck with her when she was cheating. And now people might say, oh, he's a simp. But it's like he loved her and he loved his family. And is that probably simplest behavior? I guess to some people, but I guess he was just hope against hope that she would change, that she would just like, hey, we got a family, like I held you down. But I feel like if the roles were reversed, I don't know if Remy Ma would have held Papoose down for all those years. No, I think Remy would have bounced on Pap. And again, listen, do I know this for sure? No, I don't know this for sure. I just feel like if the roles were reversed, and for the amount of time that Remy Ma was in prison, if Pap was in prison, I think Remy would have left him after year one. And Pap would have fell in love with somebody else on the outside, visiting him. So Pap is a good, solid dude. And maybe that's why Remy always flipping out, crashing out, because she knew she messed up. Pap said how he wrote all her rhymes. Now I can't confirm that, but let's say he did. So you got a guy, he's a good father, held you down when you're in prison, write all your rhymes, always supportive of you. And so it's like, I want this battle rapper. It's like, what? Oh, I'm sorry, the lane. Yeah, there, she went to the lane. I know women say all the time they can't figure out men. I'd say this all the time. Men are not hard to figure out. Women at times are super complicated. Because you would think Remy has everything that she has right there. Supportive husband, good father, dedicated, loyal, helps you with your business. Like, what more do you need? I guess it's not enough drama and passion, I guess. Maybe probably not enough drama. I don't know. So I got to go. So the rest of this weekend, I'm going to go back because I got things to do. So I'm going to watch the second video later about him talking about her hooking up with a chick. And it makes me wonder, was that what she was doing? Because she was in prison for a long time. And we seen Orange is the New Black. We see how the ladies get down. Remy might have been allegedly hooking up with some chick in prison that Pap has no idea. Oh, man. Shout out to Papoose, man. When he was telling the story, he was saying like one of the charges that Remy said, I don't know if it was in her video or when she was mad at him. She said, I guess she called him and said, when was the last time you saw your child? And he said, I just saw her yesterday. So evidently he had picked up their child from school because the nanny usually does it. And Remy had no idea. And he said, most of the time, the nanny's taking care of our kid. And that reminds me of Halle Bailey and DDG. Well, Halle Bailey got a nanny, but you got this dude over here that loves, you got a guy who loves his child and the child loves him. Why shove the kid off on a nanny? Because Halle Bailey, you know if it's to her, but she's off making movies and stuff. And most of the time, that kid of theirs, Halo's going to be spending time with the nanny more so than it's going to spend time with mom. So why not give Halo to the father? If the father and the mom don't get along, that's fine. But think about the child. And again, it's easy for me to say, I've never been married. I don't have any baby mama drama. So it's easy for me to say this stuff. And I've seen it firsthand. I've seen friends go through this stuff with their ex-wives or baby mamas. And it's not good. And again, I see it on the flip side too, where the ex-wife had problems with the husband because the husband wasn't spending time with the kid. But for the most part, I've seen these dudes almost like in tears saying like, I want to spend time with my child, but my ex is playing games with me and I hate it because the courts don't really side with the father. Not at all. Like once upon a time, if this was like in the 60s and the 70s, or even in the early 80s, I can understand the courts siding with the mom most of the time. But the way things are now, if it's documented proof that this guy is a good dad and he's really supportive and you can get testimony on this is a good father, it should be 50-50 rights. I think there's only one state in the country where it's like the custody is like 50-50. I think it's Kentucky. There might be a few others, but I think Kentucky's like that, where it's like a 50-50 split, where unless something is really terrible, custody is 50-50, as it should be. That kid needs both parents. So if you need a video to watch that's very compelling, that makes you, when Papoose was talking, I was like this. Go get your child, Pap. Go get your child. It was so good. So yeah, so if you need a video to watch on YouTube, go watch Papoose response to Remy Ma. And then find the one where Papoose talks about Remy Ma being with a chick. Drama, man. Drama. Shout out to Papoose.